Alright guys, so we are set up for our packing. This is how I pack. Hopefully you guys can see, well, not packing, but listing my items. So we're gonna list this one first. This is also where I inspected, make sure that there's no cracks, no damages. See what condition it's in, if it needs some cleaning or not, which I have. I have a towel just to do the de-dusting. Which is here. So we have the clown box. And we take our pictures. So I try to capture every angle. Because I think it's important to make sure you give the customer as much information on the picture, because that's what they're relying on, is your information. Is it a good product that you're selling? And what comes with the product, obviously. See, like this one has just a little bit of one of the soft pads is missing. And also take pictures of the logos and then him from underneath. So it takes time depending on what you're listing and what your research is that you have to do for prices. So today I'm just going to take a bunch of pictures and then I'll go over and I'll research them. But typically what I will do is I will research the item first and then draft it, so I have the dollar amount already set up and I already have the description and everything filled out. So sometimes I do this the day before and then I'll have already some researched items, some drafted items that I can easily take pictures of the next day. And I try to do like 10 items per day, 10 to 15 items per day is what I try to list. So it's can take quite some time sometimes. And I do a lot of pictures. I do on average 12 pictures per item. All right. And that goes back in its box. Once you're done, here comes the task of figuring out how it was in there if you don't pay attention when you take it out. I love when things have their boxes. That is like the best. And this one did not have the certification with it. But when things have their boxes, they sell better. picture just of the boxes. So that will be item number 1. Let's do one more. This one has its certification, which is awesome. Collectors, people that collect these things, the more complete it is, the better, and the faster it sells. Certification and the boxes. And I just use my cell phone to take pictures. I tried to use a professional phone on a camera, and it just, yeah, it didn't really work for me. So yeah, this is how I spend my day processing. Now let's pop some pictures up from what I take. One day I'm going to build me a nice big enclosed box with perfect lighting, but this works. This works actually really good. Gives me a lot of control. I usually spend the morning out here until lunchtime. Sometimes I'll come back after lunch depending on what I have going on. Other house chores. Honey-do lists, you know, you guys know how it is. Tomorrow I have yard work to do. I have a huge backyard that we're going to redo this year on a budget. Slice it up a little bit, make it nice. I have an organic garden in the back. And it's almost time for seeding for springtime. Tomatoes and bell peppers, all our spring vegetables we grow ourselves. There you go. Ooh. Almost dropped it. Alright. That is 1, 2, and 2. Let's pull something else. I'll show you how I'll do some shoes. So let me. Alright guys, we're gonna pack. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm doing a packing video. We are going to list these shoes. K-Swifts. There's our SS Shock Springs. We're gonna list these and show you how I list my shoes. A little profiling. Switch them around so you can see the insides and the outsides. My neighbors are having some yard work done, so if you guys hear a bunch of background clankering, that will be my next door neighbor. They just had a pool put in. It took them additional 6 months to replace my grass, which did not make me very happy, but they got it done, which is nice. All right, now we're gonna do the bottom. So when I do the bottom, we're gonna go like that. And we'll do, typically what I do is I'll take pictures of the heels so they can see if there's drag marks or if there's wearing on the heels. And then I'll take pictures of the toes in the front. And typically they can kind of zoom in to see what there is. And I'll also take pictures of the logos. And then for the inside, we'll take pictures of the inside. And then the tag. The tag is important because that has all your information. And then try not to get your fingers in the picture because that, at least to me, is doesn't make a picture very well. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but when you can't avoid it, avoid it. Then I'll take a picture on the inside with flash so they can see all the way up to the toes to make sure that the inside is good as well. Eliminates a lot of returns when customers can see exactly what it is that they're buying, and keeping in mind that there are used as well. That is it. And we'll take some pictures of the heels on the back end. Pictures on the heels. And that is how I take pictures of shoes, guys. So let me show you my, hopefully you guys can see that. Kind of go through the pictures this way. That is how my pictures will come out of the shoes. And when I upload them, I'll make the screens brighter, but it actually shows up pretty nice on the computer. So that's it, and they will get skewed, and they will get put away, and they will go live. So I do everything on my phone. Once I get a picture taken, I have everything drafted, and I make them live as I finish up the pictures. So it takes me probably, if I do from research to everything, 10 to 15 listings, probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on how hard the research is. But that's how I do it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.